that's what we're doing, trying to fight the New World Order and this devilish system. We're fighting the people that trained the Nazis. The Nazis were a mere shadow of their mother, kind of like Grendel is a mere shadow of his maker. And who is the Beowulf to take them on? That is you, the people of this country and this world who have the dynamic human spirit made in the image of God. That is what is going to counter the New World Order. Okay, so I know about Margaret Sanger and the foundation of the modern U.S. technological scientific complex, the Rockefeller Foundation. It's all public information about their plan to kill all blacks and to highly reduce anybody else of color and to kill off most whites that could compete with them. That's their view. And I'm going to go over the evidence of that coming up here today. But the issue is I'm driving along and I hear about, this big debate about rioting that even happened a few weeks ago when they shot these two black guys, killing one asleep in the car. Rolled up, no loudspeaker, no lights. And yes, it's police policy to turn the lights on and say, you there in the car, get out, hands up, or whatever if the police think that it's suspicious, and that's fine and dandy. But that's not the debate here. I'm driving along and I hear a caller go, well, they just don't care as much about blacks and Hispanics. This is basically eugenics. They just want to get rid of them. And I think the host of the show rightfully got it. It was probably one of my listeners, and they said, really? PrisonPlanet.com. Yeah, there's a plan to kill all the blacks and Hispanics. And I'm, okay, very funny. That's fine. It doesn't bother me. I mean, I got a thick skin. I've had Rush Limbaugh attack me. I've had big Democrats attack me. I've had national TV attack me. The New York Times and Bloomberg and L.A. Times attacked me last week. Got thick skin. It means I'm doing my job. And plus, I've shook both those guys' hands before. I've even worked with Pryor's brother. Nice guy. They were just having fun. It's a fun show. But then what came up next is what upset me. And they did counter this lady, and that's good. But see, they were experiencing exactly what I'm talking about, but that is in high places. The attitude of this lady is exactly what runs the New World Order. But she's a low-level minion who's being attacked by the very same eugenics program, but she's got this arrogant, uppity attitude of, yeah, go ahead and kill the Hispanics and blacks because they're all scum, they're all basically drug addicts, they all are gangbangers, they deserve to die. Abort them before they're born. Now, I almost called Friday when I heard this lady, because right as I'm getting out of the car, I hear her call in before I go in and do my own show. And I just said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. And I did go on the show and mention it and cover some eugenics news. But then I'm driving in to do the show today in these studios, and I hear the promo of clips of the lady saying it. So I thought, well, this is perfect. I'll just play the promo their show. That'll kind of a win-win here, and mention what this lady was saying. See, to them, to the host of the local show, who were nice guys, it's so alien to think that people want to kill all the blacks and Mexicans and Hispanics, because they're not psychopathic killers. They're nice guys that run in marathons and have families and, are funny guys. Well, see, guys, you got to grow up. You got to look into what I'm saying before you dismiss it, because what I'm saying is so hardcore and shocking. I don't blame you for not wanting to believe it, but you better understand that I have the evidence and I'm telling you the truth. And that goes for everybody else out there that can't believe what I'm covering and what I'm saying. Look, just take the challenge. The Taster's Choice, the Pepsi Challenge, whatever you want to call it. Take the challenge. Look into eugenics. Look into eugenics, Margaret Sanger, Hitler. Google that. Or IBM, eugenics, Hitler. Or Microsoft, eugenics, and prepare yourself. It's all them saying it. It's not me. You understand? Now, let's go ahead and play this clip. Here it is.
I highly doubt that they're targeting the East Side or the Mexican community, but I kind of think it's a good thing if they did.
The Todd and Don Show, weekday mornings at 10.
It takes care of those damn thugs that are running around with guns, pointing them at the cops, and then our Chicken City Council gives them money. Let them abort those kids. That's one less gang member we have to worry about, one less illegal that's dropping a baby.
The Todd and Don Show, weekday mornings at 10 on News Radio 590 KLBJ.
Now, I've covered that. Now, this is only the news that I printed in 5 minutes. Right before showtime, I decided to go ahead and go in this direction because driving in, I heard that promo. And I just printed these in 5 minutes. That means I searched the articles and printed them. I have like 8 of them here. How do these tie together? Bad CPS bill deserves a good veto. This article reports, and I've got the bill here, SB 1064. This is in Texas again, but it's happening all over the country. Because the globalists internationally write these bills and have their lobbies pass them locally. That CPS no longer needs a warrant, probable cause, anything. They can just come steal your kids without even telling you or a judge or anybody. Before, they would get these fake little family court things swore out by these judges that on CNN they report get campaign donations from the child kidnapping foundations that sell these kids out for $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 sometimes for a blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid. And I had a senator on a few weeks ago reporting about how they have public bounties in Georgia for blonde-haired, blue-eyed kids. This is on record. They literally go out, find an excuse, find a bruise on a first-grade blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl's leg because some rich family in Connecticut wants them. And in a couple of weeks, she's there. Mommy and Daddy don't get her. Now, how does that tie into this? Listen to this. Obama's elite agenda, black abortion for profit. That's out of a whole bunch of mainstream news. We'll go over that. Another site, Planned Parenthood. Remember last year it came out that people would call up Planned Parenthoods and say, yeah, I want to donate money to abort just black babies. And they start getting excited going, oh, yeah, that's what we're here for. Oh, yeah. And this week I'm going to go get all those clips again. I'm going to do a whole hour on this, maybe 2 hours on this, and Margaret Sanger quotes and the rest of it. And then how does that tie into the Financial Times of London headline of a week ago of billionaires meet in secret to promote world population reduction? See, how does all this tie together? I'm going to go over this in the next segment and then take your calls, but here is the issue. To the racist whites who have this attitude of, look, just abort the black and Hispanic babies, kill all the children on the east side of Austin. And then I heard other callers this week saying the same thing. I mean, these are psychos. And this is an attitude I've heard from CPS and, quote, liberals over and over again is, well, we got to abort all these brown babies. Nobody wants them. What, are you going to adopt them? It's funny. There are more requests every year for adoption than there are children. And they don't tell all these mothers, hey, go ahead and have the baby and then adopt it. No, they tell them, go ahead and kill that baby. But then if the woman goes ahead and has the baby, they then come in and try to CPS and kidnap the kid to keep it in the market. That's kind of like the big cartels in the 20s and 30s. This is on record, congressional testimony. The big companies that were shipping in heroin, opium, cocaine, Coca-Cola, so it's called Coke. They were losing their monopoly shipping coke and heroin in, so they made it illegal so they could use the police to knock out their competition and then jack up the price. Kind of like they don't want you knowing about how you can give your baby up for adoption instead of abort it because they want to make sure the level of adopted kids stays down so they can kidnap them and get more money.